non-locality. So things are not deterministic. They are connected. Right? There are links. There are acausal links. There is no determinism in the links. There is no causality in the links. But there are links. Right? And it is non-local. Things happen at a distance. Now, the heart of the problem, as I said, is entanglement. And entanglement, if you want to say it differently, it's non-separability. It's the fact that things are somewhere connected together. This entanglement makes it impossible to assign independent properties to one or another isolated physical system. There's nothing that exists in itself. It's all interrelated, right? And once systems have interacted in the past, they will always continue to be entangled. We have interacted in the past, we will always be entangled. Quantum interpretations are known in many sciences. For those of you that speak Spanish, there's a very exciting book which is called La Cultura Cuántica. It's only published in Spanish. They have promised an English translation that never came, which shows how quantum interpretations are applied into sciences. It is very much applied into linguistics, and there I'd like to say a word about it. When we talk to each other, you do not catch my message by merely listening to the words and putting them in the right order. If I would be somebody else, if there would be somebody else here teaching the same course, would it be the same course? No. It is me telling the stories I'm telling with the personality that I have that make that you get out of my message what you can get out of that. If you would have another person here, you'd catch another message. That is a brilliant example of a quantum reality. Since why do you catch the message that you catch in my course? Since we get a certain type of entanglement. If there would be somebody else here teaching exactly the same course, you would get another entanglement. So it is not the words that I speak. Somebody could repeat exactly the same words that what I do. It won't work out. Those of you that have seen that DVD about the BBC Orchestra, that I often use in leadership courses, where they do the test that they ask the whole orchestra to play technically correct, so that all violins imitate the first violin, etc. The sound that comes out of that exercise, as compared to the second exercise, which now you play, in order to give the listener the emotion of the piece of music, I think it was Brahms, to give the listener the emotion of Brahms, you hear a different sound. They play exactly the same music on exactly the same instruments. If you know in music, there's a lot done about that. I don't know whether you know about the music contest, which is called after the late Queen of Belgium, which is Queen Elizabeth. There's a contest which is 5-yearly. It's either singing, piano, or violin. And it's for young musicians up to 35, so you still have time. And it's really brilliant, brilliant. It's the top of the world. And winning that contest is the best you can get in the world. They're locked in, so there are pre-selections. The last 7 or 8 people are locked in a building, and they get a new symphony to play, which is newly composed. So for each concours, there is a guy who gets the honor to compose a symphony. Those 7 musicians have to train for 1 week that symphony. And then each evening there's one that plays. So it's a contest of 7 evenings. Now, it's on TV, so if you listen to that, they all 7 play exactly the same music. They have exactly the same, they have exactly the same instrument. They don't, but they're all very bloody nice, good, expensive violins. I mean, they're all perfectly, they sound perfectly. If you listen to those pieces of music, they are different. How is it possible that they are different? There's no physical reason for that. Same violin, same music, and same sound that comes out of the strings, exactly the same. You hear something different. And it's not your imagination. It is interpretation. Interpretation is entanglement. Since interpretation is not me who interprets, it's me who interprets and pass it on to you, and you interpret. And it is the entanglement that you have with the musician that makes that you hear the music that you're going to hear. That's how it works, right? In physics, I already mentioned Pauli. In biology, we've spoken to Sheldrake. And I think, as I said, it makes it, there's more and more